Hi guys, it's Jen. Welcome back. Today I am going to talk about the incredible power of letting go. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen. I am a life coach and law of attraction teacher, and today I'm going to talk about something that is super important to your happiness in your life, and that is the act of letting go or surrendering. So I just finished reading this book by David R. Hawkins called Letting Go, and it is pretty amazing. And I just wanted to come on here while I was super inspired and talk a little bit about this book and what I learned from it and how I'm going to start applying these principles to my own life. So I read a lot of books. I actually have a whole blog post on my site with about 20 of my favorite New Age self-help books. If you want to go over there and check that out, I'll leave a link in the description box. But I'm reading all the time, and I'm constantly thirsty for new information. I'm constantly feeding my brain new ideas from new people. And maybe that's a little bit to my detriment because I should be spending a little bit more time on concentrating on my ideas. But today I was really just inspired to come on and talk about this with you because I found it to be so big and so profound. So to be honest, when I first started reading this book, I wasn't really getting it. Like, I mean, a lot of the stuff in it, like, I've kind of come across before. I know about the power of surrender. Like, I understand all of that stuff. But this book really came together for me at the end of it. So I'm not going to go too much into like how the book played out chapter by chapter, anything like that. I am going to say that I really highly recommend this book. And if you are into creating a happy life, if you're into manifesting, it isn't really a manifesting book, but I think it completely relates to that topic, then I highly recommend you go pick it up and read it because it is, I think, really profound. So the way in which I found this book to be the most profound and the most life-changing is just the idea that we can give up anything that isn't working for us. So in our life, we create, obviously, I talk about this a lot, about the extra drama and the limiting beliefs and the stories and the excuses and all the stuff that we create for ourselves. All of that stuff that we create that is mental suffering. It is so important for us to surrender, to realize what we're doing and to let it go, to sink into the bad feeling and to let it go. So the book goes on, though, well beyond this idea. And it goes into the idea of letting go of your feelings. And it even goes into the idea of letting go of what your beliefs are around physical ailments. Because at a certain point in modern medicine, you are diagnosed with something. And then instead of just having like itchy skin, now you have psoriasis or whatever it is, you know, and then you start to play out unconsciously a person that has a psoriasis. So you are already being defined by this word, and you start creating this extra stuff for yourself that maybe wasn't really yours to begin with. And the way that you can start to heal and release yourself from these traumas and these afflictions is through surrendering yourself and giving into the pain and giving into whatever's happening. And once you give into it and really experience it, then you can start to let it go. So I found this idea to be transformational. And I'm not going to give you guys a step-by-step way of like letting go of the symptoms for your diseases or whatever, but I really want you guys to start applying this, especially to your emotional states. So in the New Age world, in the self-help world, it just sometimes seems like we are all running away from our negative feelings. Like we are trying to not be human anymore, but we're trying to be happy 24/7. And if we aren't happy 24/7, then we feel guilty. We feel like we've done something wrong. So the important thing to understand is that, of course, nobody can do that. We are human, and it is important for us to experience the negativity along with the positive stuff, because that's what makes the positive stuff that much more brighter and shinier, right? But you also don't have to stay and suffer from the negativity, and surrendering to your whatever emotions you're experiencing is one way for you to feel them. And once you can feel them, you can start to release them. So again, this isn't because negativity is wrong. It isn't because you can get through life without negative emotions. Every single emotion that you have is here to teach you something. So sometimes the best thing for you to do is just to surrender to whatever it is that you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling jealous, so just surrender to feeling jealous. Maybe you're feeling angry, just surrender to feeling angry. Whatever is happening for you, just surrender to it and let yourself stay there for a little while. Because once you experience that for a while, then you're not running away from it, and that emotion will have time to burn out, and you will transmute it and you'll be beyond it. Whereas what we usually do is pretend that we're not feeling that way. We won't admit even that we're feeling that way, and the less we can admit that we are feeling a certain way, of course, we're not going to be able to process it and go beyond it. We're going to kind of stay in that state forever of never quite letting ourselves experience it, never quite getting the lesson, and then we just kind of feel trapped by that emotion for a very long time, and that is completely unnecessary. So another of the points that he makes in this book is, of course, that unprocessed or repressed emotions actually come back and can cause disease in the body. So this is actually a really important point, you guys. Like, you should not be running away from your emotions, but you shouldn't be repressing them is the bigger thing. So you need to feel whatever it is you're feeling. Like, let yourself feel it. Let yourself be petty or angry or whatever it is. Like, it is okay. We are all just human. We all get triggered sometimes. It's okay. But feeling it doesn't mean you are acting on it. And it actually will help you to process. And then once you are in that state and you felt it for a while, then you can start to take action from there. And that is a really cool, calm, and collected way of dealing with your emotions rather than being in the reacting state and then like doing something that you regret, which is not cool. And we've all been there, and it sucks because we don't feel like we were in alignment because we weren't in alignment. So the big point I want to make today is to go out and pick up this book. I think it's really amazing. But if you can't pick up the book or until you read it fully yourself, I really want you guys to start practicing this idea of surrendering to your emotions and letting them go and not trying to outrun them, not trying to minimize them, not pretending they aren't there, because that doesn't work. We've been all trying that for years, you guys, and it doesn't work. So this is the other way, is to sort of embrace them and let them be and surrender ourselves to them for a time. And after you do that, then it's just kind of magic how they all kind of float away. So I am going to try this in my life. I've already been thinking about ways I can start surrendering in my life, and I will be happy to come back and report on how that's going. But I wanted to share this wonderful tip with you guys today. So I hope you guys can go out there, start thinking about what you can surrender to, what you can admit is going on with you, surrender to it, feel it, and then let it go. Because letting go feels so good, you guys. It's so good. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you like me sort of talking about books and stuff, I can definitely do that. Like I said, I read quite a bit, so I can definitely do more book reviews for you guys. So let me know. Drop me a comment in the comment box below, and I will definitely take that into account. If you want to learn more about me, come on over to the site. I have a free manifesting starter kit for you guys to download over there. And I will be back here soon in another video. So until then, I hope you guys are practicing letting it go, surrendering to the moment, and just see how your life starts to transform. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope you're creating an amazing week, and I will see you in the next video. And until then, just remember, get ready for the miracle. Namaste.